All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens. YouTube is Pastor Dow. It's after Shabbat service. We're in the dining hall eating now. Elder Donnie, Deep Shane. I'm going to talk to you here for a minute about the conflict that's going on over there in Israel with the Palestinians. You know what's amazing is that Israel has the backing of the United States of America. Apparently what has allegedly happened is that 3 Israeli teenagers were kidnapped and they were murdered in cold blood. And a few groups is taking responsibility for it. Hamas is not taking responsibility for it. And of course, what happens now? Well, Netanyahu takes all the firepower and the military might and just starts bombing Hamas headquarters and bombs again and again and again, keeps lunging bombs over into the Palestinian area. Now, again, in this conflict, the problem is this. Number one, you have a people there that's in that country that don't belong there. And number two, what you have is an overwhelming military force against a primitive people. They use sticks, rocks, bullets, and everything. And so what they do is because they have an overwhelming military force, they literally pound these Palestinians half to death with the overwhelming military force that's supported by the United States of America. My suggestion is to all the people over there in those Arab countries is that you bind together and you start funding and start providing for the Palestinians the same technology and weaponry that Israel has, and then you wouldn't see this off-balance, overwhelming military response and force take place. There's a reason why that North Korean dictator, Kim Jong-un, is actually getting his nuclear weapons facilities and his nuclear weapons program under wraps. You know the reason why? Because he remembered what happened to Saddam Hussein. He remembered what happened to Omar Gaddafi whenever they tried to get into bed with the United States of America and making promises to disband nuclear weapons in their country. You know what happened, don't you? We went in and assassinated and killed them once they were clear of allegedly weapons of mass destruction. And I want to tell you, it's been almost 16 years later, and we still have not found one yet. And we have not had the world to judge us for going and committing literal genocide on the people. It's just sickening, isn't it? Well, the Bible speaks of this too. It speaks about those who go out and do all these other people wrong and hold themselves not guilty. It also talks about, as you have done, so shall it be done to you. Don't think that we getting a pass over here in America, or those people over there getting a pass because they can respond right now militarily with all kind of power and might. The days are numbered in this country, and the days are numbered for the European nations. But this unbalanced response right here for someone who allegedly didn't even do it. Then they said that, and then Israel turns around and kidnaps one Palestinian boy, and they burn him alive. And then they get his cousin, and they beat him half to death, just about. I think he's still living. Again, the Israeli and the Palestinian conflict is all because there is a land grab going on. And it's a land grab that is sanctioned by Great Britain, the United States, the EU. And I think we're really sitting on the prefaces of World War III, no doubt about it. Because the people are getting sick and tired. China is no longer funding the military-industrial complex or the military power and might of these warmongering Europeans that love taking superior firepower and killing people and calling it collateral damage. So they're not funding a war machine anymore. The Dow, the stock market, everything is an illusion. I'm not going to tell you to grab your popcorn on this one because I believe that we're getting ready to taste of what other countries have tasted in this country very soon. And that's just it. I mean, you cannot continue to keep sowing to the wind and not reap the whirlwind. You just can't do it. You sow death, hell, and destruction, you're going to reap it. And there's the law of sowing and reaping. There's too much injustice going on. We, like Rome, have got a lot of confidence in our military power and might, and we think that that is going to protect us from the rest of these countries when the hammer falls in the United States of America. Well, get ready, prepare yourself. That's all I got to say. Prepare yourselves.